how do I feel about the old Catacombs set? It was so I expected Catacombs. Actually, I expected. I expected it for this version of Warcry. I really expected us to go Catacombs. The reason for that is because if you take a look at Kill Team went into the dark, right? And Into the Dark was basically what Catacombs was, right, for Kill Team. So I'm not gonna lie, I've only ever played one game of Catacombs, but from what I did play, I actually really enjoyed it. I was playing Nighthaunt at the time, and Nighthaunt in old Catacombs had an ability where I think it was on a triple, so they couldn't open doors, but they had an ability that allowed them to float through walls, and that made them kind of ridiculously powerful. Ridiculously powerful in Catacombs, especially because we were playing with all the new rules and all the new updates that might want to have. So yeah, that was kind of wild. I'd love to see Catacombs come back. Like I said, I was expecting it. I thought if Warcry was going to get another season, I definitely thought it'd be Catacomb style. And I always thought, well, we're going inside the void ship. So there's a lot of scope for all sorts of different things there, right? You could have had big old reactor rooms, you could have had spawning rooms, you could have had like big old, like, I don't know, terrariums, all sorts of things you could have had. And I think that would have made for a pretty neat season 2 of Warcry. But it didn't happen. We didn't get there. So we can hope, right? I mean, we have Adepticon coming. That's what it's next weekend, I think, is Adepticon. That is definitely coming. So, I mean, all right. I've said this before in the past. I'm not expecting there to be any new Warcry content that they're going to release at Adepticon. I don't think a new edition is coming. If there is going to be something, I will be extremely happy about it, and I'll be the first to throw my hands up and say, "Oh yeah, I made a mistake." But you know what? If they do something at Adepticon, and they say, "Aha, Warcry," even if it's not a new edition, even if it's like, "Oh yeah, season 2," and you know what? If they, all right, this is total pie in the sky wishlisting here, right? If they come forward and they say, we're not releasing a season, we're not releasing a Warcry 3, but we're doing a season 2, and they came and said it's basically a reboxing of Catacombs, right? But they also put in there all like new rules updates, all the stuff that they've added over the last like however many FAQs and over the season. And they say, yeah, here's that, and here's also a couple of warbands that they've taken out of production. Maybe throw them into the box and then give them some new rules or like a little spruce up. I'd be happy at that because, like, from what I saw, Catacombs is really fun. And yeah, I totally wouldn't hate that as an idea.